Thanks for staying with us. We're going to start with the nation. Economy will get better, Tinubu assures Nigerians. FCT safe for investments, Wike tells UK. NLT protesters in peaceful march over reform pains. Senate to streamline CBN's overdraft to federal government. Edo Igodalo hopeful of victory. Lassa fever kills 5 in Kaduna. Total shutdown of Third Mainland Bridge today. CBN allocates dollar to bureau de change as 1,300 naira to the dollar, and borrowers from banks to pay more. Okay, let me start with the major headlines. So the economic situation will improve according to our president, and pains will give way to prosperity, says our president. Also, the House of Representatives Speaker Tajuddin Abbas urged Nigerians to exercise patience and cooperate with the government in its bid to effectively implement the economic reforms that will soothe the pains. The president was speaking yesterday at the FCT. He said specifically, we might be going through a difficult period, but when you look at the infrastructure concession, regulatory commission, the federal ministry of finance, budget, and all the work is being done, we must assure you, the Nigerians, there is a light at the end of the tunnel. That work is being done to retool, to re-engineer, and make growth our hallmark. So the Senate president, I think the speaker also, I was saying specifically that he's appealing to Nigerians and to the national president of Pakistan to please help tell Labour to give this government a little bit more time. According to him, there are so many things that are under consideration, things that the government is trying to come up with to benefit Nigerians. So hopefully Nigerians can see that the president is trying the best to resolve the issues.
Yeah. So I have the Labour Congress story. So just as the NLC had said, they made good their promise. They had peaceful protests across the country yesterday. The nation took record of all the states and how the protests went. And they have Lagos State. I like the way the police met them. They gave them water, they joined them,
biscuits,
and biscuits,
yes.
and joined. And the protest then changed to up Nigerian police.
They changed the narrative.
Exactly. Very beautiful. It was a peaceful one.
Like that. In Abuja, the security was tight. The DSS was involved. The police, everybody joined to ensure that it was not hijacked. In Oyo State, the governor joined them. And several other states like that. But they had their peaceful protest. And as of this morning, we heard the news that, there won't be need for, the protest. But the protest continues today with press briefings and, them stating. But the government side of things is that this protest is not about the agreement or failure of any of the agreements with NLC. It's about the hunger in the land and all of that. So,
okay, progress. We like this kind of process. Peaceful
yes.
and no.
Very peaceful.
Okay, any story? Go ahead, Ramat.
Yeah. So taking the story on CBN allocates dollar to BDCs at 1,301 naira after nearly 3 years of suspension from the official forex window. The Central Bank Nigeria yesterday resumed daily 20,000 forex sale to bureau de change. Up to 785 bureau de change BDCs are eligible for the transaction and will access $20,000 each, bringing the daily sales to $15.7 million. The policy shift announced by the Director of Trade and Exchange Department, Dr. Hassan Mahmoud, is expected to curb persisting distortions in the retail segment of Nigerians' foreign exchange market by deepening dollar liquidity. Eligible BDCs are mandated to deposit their Naira payments into designated CBN foreign currency deposit Naira accounts. I think they just want to try and make sure that there's a uniform amount amongst all of them, because they reduced them from 4,500 of the BDCs. Now they are now reduced to 785.
Oh, really?
Yes, and I know a lot of people who are affected. A lot of most of the people that are affected are mostly my Hausa brothers. So so they reduced a lot of them, and I know personally, some of them that have been affected.
Wow.
So sad. But it's for the betterment of the country.
Yeah, at least so that the
Greater good.
Naira will...
Greater good.
Yes, so that the Naira will gain strength.
Yeah. Okay, so the Senate had a conversation yesterday, hearing, and the goal is to sort of streamline the access federal government has to loans. So there's this thing, the federal government gets to borrow money from the CBN under ways and means advances, and now they say they are streamlining the possibilities The person leading the debate was Senator Abiru, who said that according to the Act in 2007, it gives the bank overall control and administration of monetary and financial sector, but it hasn't been amended in 16 years. Also saying that they're trying to see if they would increase the tenure for CBN governor to 6 years flat, non-renewable 5 years or 6 years. They're still seeing how that will work out for both the CBN governor and the deputies as well. And they said if the government will be getting any loan from the CBN, the government needs to pay back the loan within 3 months. I think it's important because they are trying to see that the government doesn't go too far above their budget and there is a proper cost account of every expenditure taking place. We'll see how that goes.
The Punch. Presidency alleges political agendas as protests hit states. 3 bodies recovered, 11 rescued as Lagos boat capsizes. Federal government completes $700 million gas pipeline in March after 8 years. Senate to probe Ajaokuta still over $496 million payment. Interest rate hike. Private sector economists foresee fresh job losses and recession. And 50th anniversary photo exhibition opens today. Shoyinka delivers lecture on Thursday. Okay, which story?
So I have the $700 million gas pipeline to be completed in March. According to the Minister of State for Petroleum and Petroleum Resources and Gas, he says that the OB3, let me take it, Obiafu, Obricom, Oben gas pipeline, popularly known as the OB3, would be complete in March. He was saying this at the 7th International Energy Summit in Abuja, where the president also talked about the need for the removal of subsidy. He said that this gas pipeline is, of course, $700 million. And we also have he said, in our journey to focus our towards a gas-focused economy, we're also looking at the Ajaokuta-Kaduna-Kano pipeline. And he says that this report is significant in the construction of critical infrastructure projects, and it will, of course, bring in economic progress. He says this pipeline is the biggest gas transmission system in both Nigeria and Africa, and it will help in the supply of feedstock to the AKK pipeline. And he commended the contractors and said this is a 42 and a 127-kilometer pipeline that will supply 2 billion standard cubic feet per day.
After 8 years, we're happy to see it done. Let's beg Nigerians, don't sabotage this.
Exactly.
Let's make this work.
Because this means that we will, of course, have electricity. We will have reduced cost of transportation and, a lot of things.
Let's go on a short break now. When we come back, we continue with our review. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back.